Hello my little mogwais, Gremlin Mike here with another online tabletop campaign audition. This is for Heart's upcoming Ready Persona 1 campaign. My availability is pretty stable right now, as I typically have Saturdays and Sundays off, am off by 8 on Fridays, and go in by 8 on Mondays, work 8 to 8 during the week. Anyways, going forward in this video, I'm basically just gonna be chucking a bunch of ideas. I know that this particular campaign can be subject to quite a lot of change once the actual players are chosen. Hopefully me. I only have one player character because I am not sure how to go about the whole idea of the player being more real than the game, so this is my best idea of going with that, yet still giving it kind of a fun twist. So my first idea, if anybody has seen Star Trek Lower Decks, is Bob the Janitor. He basically works on a Star Trek type ship, traversing the multiverse, universe, what have you, and is the lead of the janitorial division. He is incredibly good at his job, but he hates it, he loathes it, he despises it, it makes him miserable. So what does he do? He saves up all of his credits to reserve holodeck time to be able to play his favorite game. What is that game? Well, I have several ideas that I'm gonna run past you, all with ideas of what I'd be willing to play. Not saying this is all I'd be willing to play, but it's an idea, and I'm open to pretty much anything and everything. So here we go. First up is Shadowforge. He is a Tabaxi Battlesmith Artificer. Yes, he was originally designed for D&D, but he's gonna work for lots of stuff. Fantasy, steampunk, sci-fi, what have you. His main thing is that he creates tiny little mech animals to help him in his adventures. He has a lot of backstory to him, but I'm not going to go into it because I don't have that much time. Yes, it's 10 minutes, but I'm already at almost 3 minutes here. Needless to say, his main goal is kind of to become his people's new god. It's a long story. Anyways, moving on, my next idea is from Avatar: The Last Airbender. His character would be Zeph, an airbender assassin who actually trained with the subtleties and stealth abilities of airbending to such a degree that he ultimately created the ability of soundbending. So fun there. This would be after the reign of Korra, and presumably he was captured at a very, very young age by someone who's trying to take power, and so trained him to be their silent hand of death. Next up is, well, I know a lot of people might hate me for this, but I love Pokemon. So I know I'm kind of beating a dead horse at this point, but this is my pitch for a Pokemon character. Wem is a Mew who really doesn't like the lifestyle of a legendary. You're always being hunted down. It sucks. So he typically uses the move Transform to look like other Pokemon, claiming to be a Ditto in real life. While this is technically what he does want, constantly being in a form that's not his true self comes with quite a bit of identity issues. And also, well, we're not going to get into it, but Dittos have their own issues. We're not going to get into that. Anyways, moving on, my next idea is Velden, who is a machine hunter from, say, the Horizon Zero Dawn / Forbidden West games. He's at nowhere near the importance of Aloy, but he has found his own focus, and for whatever reason, he has access to a lot of these past archives. And so he's basically living his own life. Didn't really develop him too much, sorry. A superhero game idea, this would be Billy Bucket, who sadly at a young age contracted cancer and by his parents was signed up for experimental treatment that ultimately went awry, and for whatever reason cured him but left him with strange powers to create and control candy and sugar based constructs. This includes his hair that never actually regrew, so he creates cotton candy hair. A fun little tidbit for him. But he is ultimately healthy and able to do these things, so he feels it's a gift that he has to use to some degree. So he sets out as a superhero by the name of Jawbreaker. A little iffy on that name, but he figured there's a lot of anti-heroes and whatnot that get by just fine. So he's trying to live his best life. Moving on, I had the idea of the City of Mist campaign that was pitched brought me back to an old show I used to watch called Lost Girl, which was basically the idea of all these mythological beings hiding out amongst the normies. So I love the idea of that. I actually had a character way back when for that show, so I'm pitching him for this. His name is Quill, and basically he is the Prince of Phoenix, whatever that may be. But yeah, he's just a man shadowing himself amongst all the normies, and basically just coming into realizing what he is amongst all these people. If you haven't seen Lost Girl, I suggest you check it out. It was really good while it was on. Finally, my last idea is Arcano, who was built for a space pirate fantasy campaign, and basically the idea behind him is he is the personification of Earth's dying magic. So he sets out away from Earth to try and find a new planet that has magic that can sustain him. Along the way, he meets some friends, which I could also pitch. Like, there is Professor Sig, who is basically a super intelligent guinea pig in a robot body that he created. So, yeah. I'm coming towards the end of my time here, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up. A bunch of the ideas I have to pitch. I have more, but not enough time, so if you want to hear them, splash a little water on your gremlin to make them multiply. Alright, I hope to see you guys, and if I don't, then, well, I know it's gonna be a great campaign either way. And thanks for the opportunity.